Hello and welcome to another episode of TTG Conversations 5 Questions video series. Joining us in this episode is Harry Dwi Nugraha, Secretary General of the Indonesia Event Industry Council, IVENDO, and Chairman of the Indonesia Professional Organizer, IPOS. Pak Hari is a prominent figure in the hospitality and business events industry in Indonesia with more than 25 years of experience. A marketing and creative consultant, a motivator and public speaker, Pak Hari has initiated various programs such as the Indonesia Mice and Event Colony, Indonesia Mice Revolution, and Micetropolis, an accelerated program for Indonesia's business events industry development. His company, Ego Global Asia, is an event and creative marketing company which owns various events, including the annual Indonesia Professional Organizer Summit, the Marketing and Event in Tourism, and Indonesia Hospitality Leaders Super Camp. Pak Hari was also the man behind the IPOS Bakudapa, the first B2B Indonesia virtual tourism forum, which he launched during this pandemic. Welcome, Pak Hari, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you so much, Ibu Mimi, and thank you so much for having me to join this forum today.
All right. So here's my first question for you. Okay, the pandemic has led an evolution of the way we meet. The online and hybrid events are on the rise. Yeah. So was this digital evolution able to soften the business blow to the Indonesian event specialists and suppliers who had their physical projects and postponed and cancelled due to the pandemic?
Thank you for asking. Yes, absolutely. It is one of the best available solution right now here in Indonesia, especially. But one thing that we need to realize, that digital event evolution, in my opinion, actually has started way before this pandemic hit. It only fastened the process. With or without this pandemic, I guess we should be ready and to adapt and follow the pace. Mimi, I would like to share some data with regard to how Indonesians event planners and suppliers facing this pandemic since March 2020, if I may. In our portfolio, for information, there are around 3,000 events each year generated by around 1,218 event organizers across Indonesia. Since the pandemic occurred, all events have vanished. But interestingly, from 1,218 event planners, only 6.54% stated they were closed. There are 41.59% still intend to open by creating their own event with tight efficiency, of course, and the remaining of 51.87% start a new business or they diversify their business. So basically, the event planner, the event industry here in Indonesia, we are not totally closed. Yeah, as we mentioned, only 6.54% which is closed. So the rest we are now struggling and to diversify our business. And in the other side, I have also another point of view. Currently in Indonesia, the event from the corporate segment still wait and see. I guess also happen in another part of the world. So now the event from the government segment are the most expected to start in the midst of this pandemic. As we might know, there is only government who actually still have the money, right? Yeah, to have the money to hold such event, because they have their a certain period and certain numbers of events that have to do, even though without the pandemic in the middle. So, fortunately, we recently host a B2B virtual forum, what we call the Baku Sapa Business Forum, where the participants are the representative from all the ministry in Indonesia. Okay, the buyers coming from the ministry and the seller coming from all the mice industry throughout Indonesia. For your information, right now, uh, uh, there are 33 ministerial office, about 27 government institutions, and 107 state-owned companies in Indonesia. And the program itself gathering about 22 ministerial office, which is that representing about 66.67% of the ministerial office through Indonesia. What I'm trying to say here is how actually this program from the government can give what do you call the good impact from the event for the time being. Yeah, there is what do you call a signal, a good signal from the government that we have from the polling. In average of 67.84%, the government said they already what do you call resume the event in the midst of this pandemic transition. So you can imagine, but 67.84%, they said they already resumed the event. Only 20.21%, they said that they're not started yet, and in doubt is about 11.95%. So it means that here in Indonesia, in the midst of the pandemic, the government sector can contribute positively for the event industry. And I also can share out of 67.84%, which is that they already conduct the event. When we asked them about the model, the platform of the event, which is that currently being carried out, it said 61.06%. The event is hybrid.
Okay.
The event is hybrid, followed by the online, purely online, is 26.35%. Only offline, the remaining is offline for 12.60%. Means that here the hybrid event is actually being happened right now. It's kind of like an opportunity for everybody, and give the positive impact for the Indonesia event industry. Most of the event are still in the meetings platform, 67.65%. Normally they are doing a workshop, seminar, and group discussion forum. And one thing that very interesting is out of them that they are now ready and give us the what do you call a confidence to hobbling one by one to creating this.
Okay. All right. So how have your members, the Indonesian event specialists and suppliers, pivoted to make the most of these business opportunities then?
Yes, as I said before, even though we are now and we're still hobbling, the report we received, they began to learn and adapt very fast. In the event planner and supplier sector, I think in also because we have also another colleague in Singapore and Malaysia, and also in Brunei. They've begun to convert their business from offline to online. Yeah, we see the report like that. For information, when the goods in the warehouse, for example, are not used much, right? They collaborate with the event planner to form a new businesses. They transform their office, like in my office right now. We transfer our office or warehouse into the mini studio, into the mini studio, equipped with complete green screen, and we are now increasing our internet access, to be very fast access of the internet to accommodate the needs, As I said mentioned earlier, we are now start to participate in virtual event pitching process. So we
Mm,
are have to struggle with it.
you have. Okay. All right. And with this digital shift, are event clients more reliant on event specialists and suppliers, or are they, moving to form their own in-house capabilities?
Well, in my opinion, it will depend on the event itself. It depends on the event.
Okay.
As you might know, there are a lot of kind of virtual experience. But if you're talking about the type of the event, the platform of the event, the numbers of the participants involved in that event, it's actually well related to the decision to make such the virtual experience. But in its case again, if it's only for the internal small event, I guess they could organize by themselves.
Mm.
I have a numbers also mentioning again in government sectors. They said that they can organize by themselves about 65.17%. When they only have a small meeting, they will organize by themselves. But there also another opportunity in my portfolio of the survey, mentioning that about almost 35%, the remainings, they will give to the PCO or event planner to help them organize their event. As you might know, if we are only doing for such Zoom meeting and you're using the WebEx, Google Meet, and Microsoft Team, you can do by yourself lah, because it's very easy lah, yeah. But when you increase the event, relating for much more more than 500, and include the green screen, live streaming, and everything, I guess the government itself, they cannot do that. They will allow the event planner to help them to
Okay. All right. And has this digital shift also created a new business opportunity for the technical specialists like the audiovisual designers, for example, yeah? And or has it created a whole new demand for tech-savvy event planners, event managers, I mean?
Yes, I guess so. Absolutely. But actually, there are also a lot of possibilities. Not only for these particular talents. Yeah, this is not only creating a new opportunity for the specific talent, as you just mentioned. In my opinion, that could be also beneficial for the whole organization in the office. For the offline-based event planner, for example, for myself, yeah, in my company, normally we're only creating the offline. But when we right now start to shifting our point of view of the business, we have to expand the business model to serve the tech-based event by improving our team capability, of course. Because managing and working on the event, in my opinion, there is a team effort, of course. So the company leaders must be able to initiate this change and help the employees to always develop. As a virtual event, because there's such a challenge when we hold such a virtual event. For example, such a webinar attended by 100 participants, it requires a team of a minimum 10 to 12 people. And normally we divide it into three main sectors. First, teams that will handle about the participant who is studying, coming from earlier until the executions. It will take about 3 or 4 people over there. And second part is in the program divisions. The program divisions will gather about 4 people. Don't forget the important part in these programs. We have to create interactive host and MC, right? It's supposed to be that particular functions. And the third part is of course the technical part, the technical department. Those who handling or relating with the Zoom or cloud meeting platforms and everything, and not to mention the team to handle the virtuals, the green screen and everything. So virtual event, uh, I think it's much challenging right now, and now we are strive to learn because this is quite a new thing for us. But again, back to your question, this will be beneficial, a new business opportunity? Yes, a virtual event bigger is if you are going to host even bigger event, of course, require more support from the workers who are related, of course, to the field of technicality. Something.
All right. Okay, good. And with this digital shift, will also lead to a restructuring of the event houses, do you think? Perhaps in the kind of talents that they need to move forward in the new normal.
Yes, there is a possibility to hire a new talent specialist in the event digital technology. But if my opinion, here in Indonesia, we are still struggling to face all the constraints, right? And even though there is such a light over there, which is that the government said they now is starting off of the business, but I don't think it is wise to restructure, as we could still adapt to this current situation. So most of the company here in Indonesia, event planner, they are now utilize their own internal resources, right? Uh, we still can afford, right? We still can afford to have a new coming talents, right? In this case, what we are now doing is, of course, we utilize our internal resources. We learn every day. We practice every day, right? Because this is a quite a new things. Like our production managers is not only for the physical productions. We are now start to create it and design virtual production, something like that. and then and also our, for example, our event coordinators, right now they have to also to learn many kind of platforms. You name it, many kind of platform, because we cannot stick to one platform only. Normally, when there are a lot of what do you call it, challenges. One client they ask only for the Zoom, and the other one asking only for WebEx, microstep, and everything. So we have to learn every single day. But having the new talents, I think that's we still cannot afford it. We cannot afford it. So I think to restructure for the time being, we don't do that. And I guess I also happen to other colleagues in Indonesia.
All right. Wow, very interesting discussions we had today, Pak. And that's all the 5 questions that we have for Harry Dwi Nugraha. Thank you very much once again, Pak Harry.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, TTG Asia Media, to having me here for this opportunity.
Yes, if there are topics that you would like us to tackle in this video series, please leave your comments below. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, take care and stay safe. Bye.